This is Sean from Medins Make Music coming at you with a new review. Let's dive in. But before we do, if you appreciate these videos, please hit like, press subscribe, make sure to hit that little bell icon so that way you get notified every single time we release something new. Now that we've covered that, let's go. Today we're going to be taking a look at the FIFINE Tank1 dynamic mic. This has a cardioid puller pattern. It is a 3-inch XLR jack microphone with 2 internal settings that allow you 4 different options. We have the low cut, and then we have the mid boost settings. Both I have right now set to just flat signal. There's no additional assistance either in cutting out lows or adding the mids. So I'm going to quick change one at a time, talk a little so that way you can hear the difference for yourself. I will let you know, typically low cut is used to remove external humming or background sounds. I have our AC unit going on over in the next room. You may be able to hear that a little bit. It isn't super loud, but I'll turn the low cut on. And there you have it. The low cut is turned on. When I was listening to this, I didn't really feel much of a difference myself as I was listening to things as I was talking, as I was looking to hear maybe what was added or removed in the environment, but in switching between the setting being flat or the low cut being turned on. I'm going to turn it back to the flat signal for the low cut, and now I'm going to add the mid boost. It did feel as though it added a little bit more to my voice when I was experimenting with it earlier. I appreciated the boost. I have a pretty loud voice myself, so I don't know if I necessarily need it on all the time, so I'm going to switch it back to a flat. And so both of those internal settings are turned off right now. Now, with these two things, you have about 4 different audio combinations based on the specific environment that you're going to be using this microphone. I'm mostly going to be using this for talking, podcast style, or in reviews. I may not use it all the time, but it would be something to have in my arsenal where if my other mics are being used for miking kits or other instruments, that I'd have this on hand to be able to use for recording audio for things like this. And I don't feel as though I'd be at a loss for audio quality, which is really nice. One of the things of note about this, at least for me, is this thing is built like a tank, hence the name Tank1. It weighs about 2.5 pounds, which to me, for something like this, seemed pretty heavy duty, at least with some of the other microphones I've had in the past, short of my FET47. This is the heaviest microphone that I have, which for me, I've mentioned this in the past, something feels a little bit more quality to me in just my line of thinking. And this is opinion based, so you all may have different experiences. If you have, feel free to let us know in the comments. To have a little bit more weight to it felt as though it had a little bit more legitimacy and quality. That if I drop this thing out, I'm not really going to be worried about what happens to the mic. I may be worried that I'm going to dent a floor or something because it just feels solid. Holding it myself in my hand felt really nice and felt like I was working with a real microphone. Now, is this like my FET47? Not exactly, but it is a difference between a condenser versus a dynamic. So you have that. If you would be interested in learning more about this mic yourself, I will leave a link down in the description along with a few key specifications. But I think for $100, it has some versatile possibilities. Depending on if you are looking for a mic that is going to be a little more expensive and produce a little bit more quality than a low-end mic, this might be a good kind of lower mid-range. Now we also use this to record my Taylor G5 Mini Koa Wood acoustic, which you've been able to hear throughout this review. So you can hear kind of how it will do recording like a simple acoustic instrument. And again, I'm running all the audio through my Rodecaster Pro 2, and there are no filters and no effects. I did the same thing for when we were recording the acoustic, so that way you could really just get the raw audio quality from the microphone. And I don't do any pre or post production with the audio when doing reviews for microphones. That way you can just really hear it for yourself. No manipulation, no marketing or sales ploys. It's just you get to hear it, you get to decide if you like it or not, and then you can go from there on whether or not you think it's worth a buy or not. So thank you for checking out this video. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.